Good afternoon. This ultra-patriotic snood, which has been used as a coronavirus pandemic period mask, plus my props here, will tell you that I'm going to talk about Scottish cuisine. However, as my glasses are about to steam up, I think we might start off by doing that. Scottish cuisine. Some people used to laugh when you said that, thinking, well, it doesn't really rack up with French cuisine or Italian cuisine or fine, delicately spiced Thai cuisine or fragrant curries. However, let's just have a look at some of the things that Scotland has contributed. So obviously our big earner here, whiskey, phenomenal. You get whiskey all across the world. Now, like me, you might be one of these people who goes to foreign countries and tries the local liqueur or firewater, gets drunk a couple of times, brings a bottle back, it sits in your cocktail cabinet for about 20 years, and then you either pour it down the sink or give it away to someone you don't really like. Whiskey, however, is universal. You find it just about everywhere. Quite a few people make it now, the Japanese, the French, the Welsh, but most people are still associated with Scotland, I think. So that's whiskey. What else can we offer you? If you come to Scotland, haggis, of course, which you can still convince people is an animal that runs up and down the side of the glens, but obviously complete nonsense. I won't tell you what it's made of in case I put you off. You know, if you're the kind of person who watches Casualty or something and doesn't turn away during the operation scenes, then you could probably stomach it. And there's a bit of a clue there. Stomach it. Shortbread, one of those things you buy at the airport when you're going abroad and you've forgotten to buy a gift for your intended host. Quite cheap as well, which obviously appeals to us Scots. Aberdeen Angus beef, another favourite, world renowned. Here's a Stornoway black pudding. Well, half a black pudding because I've eaten the other half. What else do we have? Deep fried Mars bar, one of those jokes. I think I've had one once and survived. But today, the thing I want to show you is something that you may not have heard of if you're not Scottish. In fact, even if you are Scottish, this is something that you don't necessarily find very often down in Edinburgh or Glasgow, because it's something that's associated with Aberdeen. This is what's called a buttery or a rowie. It's got all sorts of different names. As you can see, it's effectively a flat bread roll. I think the closest thing to it is if you've ever been to Spain and ordered a croissant a la plancha. So basically what I call a roadkill croissant. They stick it under the grill, flatten it, comes out delicious, slather it in butter, get it down your neck, and even without the butter, well, that's probably 300 calories. I mean, to be honest, you don't need to go far down the Google search to find buttery and health hazard in the same search. 300 calories, I reckon. I associated these butteries always with my gran, my Nana Anderson, who lived in Perth. And every time we went to visit her when I was a kid, she would guaranteed to have some of these in the kitchen. And for a real pig out as a kid, you'd probably have two. Didn't really do me any harm. Now if I had to, well, I'd probably be bringing the grave a little bit closer. So I had these when I was about 10 or 11. My gran sadly passed away, I think probably in the early 1970s. And I forgot all about these. And last weekend I was round at my brother's. He lives in Sonning near Reading. And he suddenly said to me, "Oh, butteries." And apparently he'd ordered a 48 pack of these. 48 pack. Deep frozen, which were imported from Scotland, arrived in perfect condition, don't know how, and he very kindly gave me some of these. So I was so excited, went home, I had two, and yeah, I mean, this is a Scottish delicacy. I could recommend to you. It's got butter in it, obviously, lard, which is something that's probably a bit politically incorrect these days. So I stick this in the oven. I think my brother said he grills his 10 to 12 minutes. Eat it while it's still hot. A cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and yeah, it's probably not going to become one of our biggest exports, unlike our whiskey, but it's still one of those contributions that Scotland has made to world cuisine. Thank you.